said, the bare minimum pass mark is 40%. Yeah, some places 50%, right? The man has already got bare answers wrong, and you only got 2 games left. Yeah, so you're not even going to get the pass mark, even if you get good performances out of the 2 games. So the test paper is already collapsed, bro. So I don't really know what the man are waiting for. Imagine you're 7 questions in, you've got every question wrong, and you got 2 questions, and you're still waiting. Like, nah, you know, I might turn it around in the last 2 questions. Big man, most you're gonna get is 20%.
You guys finished now, yeah? Because you did 18 minutes of this so far.
Yeah,
I've been patient.
you need, bro, because you deserve it.
What do I deserve it for?
You deserve it for this 10 game.
You're talking to me like I was a 10 nonsense. I don't know why you think
you might pulled out. No, you're not a 10 Hag, but you're a 10 Hag hoper. I'm disgusted that you had hope. That's what I'm disgusted. No. I'm disgusted in the fact that after 3 seasons, you had hope. I don't know what gave you anything to say this man could turn anything around. Because what's funny is the more of his players that he got, the worse things got. Right? Okay. The more of his players that this manager had, the worse they got. And this man had hope for what? Yeah. And as I said to you, Sean, before, right? Ajax 4, Real Madrid 1. That night there created careers. Yeah. Not careers, it created fraudulent careers. Yeah. Many a career was built on that night. Yeah. Because this is all they go back to. We beat Real Madrid 4-1. We beat big man. You lost the first leg. Yeah. Ramos got himself a yellow card, thinking, yeah, it's baby food, right? In that game, that 4-1 game, you know who was man of the match? Tadic, that used to play for Southampton. That's who man of the match was. That's the quality, yeah, that was beating Real Madrid that day, right? You went next round. What happened? Bottled it against Tottenham, right? You got all these man, Van der Beek, Frankie de Jong, De Ligt. Who else? All the other brothers. What was that? Neres or whatever his name was. Yeah. Tadic himself. Ten Hag himself. Fraudulent careers were built on that day. That is the last thing I've got to say on this.
I think but you know, you see, Abbas, because you said you watched that league. When you signed Ten Hag, I bet you thought that's the type of football you was going to get. You didn't expect to be in this position 3 years down the line.
Well, to be fair on that, we've already spoken it on here, and I remember saying, because he said it out loud in an interview, and he said, "Oh, we're not going to get Ajax football here because it's not going to happen." And I do remember saying on here, then why did we hire you? Because that was literally what we wanted from you in the first place. We didn't hire you for whatever tactical masterclass disaster class you're trying to give us now. We hired you for the Ajax football. In fact, it wasn't even just sometime. It was last season. It was this year. It was last season. I am not. So, funny enough, Kudo, you mentioned it right at the beginning. I am not going to make a decision. Oh, sorry. I am not going to confirm my decision now. I'm still not. Because I've said I'm going to do 10 games, and I'm a man of my word. I'm going to do 10 games. Right? The next 2 games is literally
formalities, you know. Don't he's doing formality, you know. He's giving a ceremonial 2 games, you know. Decision's been made, but his man's just not announcing it yet. You know what I mean? Huh? The day we land and here we go is already here, blood. You know what I mean? we're just waiting for the man to pull up the shirt. You know what I mean? Don't do that.
Yeah, you know what? You're not too far from the truth. I think I made my decision in the first half of this game. Just the first half alone. Before Bruno got sent off or any other nonsense, I'd already made my decision because that sending off meant nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I'm good. I'm glad you said that.
That sending off, we actually played better without him on the pitch.
Yeah, there was a 10-minute period, 15 minutes right? Where you actually putting pressure on, and that was with 10 men without Bruno on the pitch, which was actually quite funny.
Do you know? Yeah, and it's, you know when you know it's a big problem, right? When your captain gets sent off and it doesn't make a difference, and even for a bit the performance gets better. Nowhere I don't think I've watched a football game where the captain has been sent off and the team goes up. I don't think I've ever watched it. Right? Normally, when the captain gets sent off, the team dives and it becomes
Yeah.
hell or not for them. Our team got a little bit better. Our team actually got a bit better shape. We actually had a bit of spine, and then we actually went to go on attack. And I thought, that's interesting, right? Because on the sideline, most Man United fans have been begging for Bruno to be dropped. But Bald Eagle ain't going to do that. Most games, yeah, we've been begging for Rashford to be dropped. Bald Eagle's not going to do that. For about 18 months, we've been saying, well, since last season, change your tactics. Bald Eagle would not do that. No problem. I said it last season, before the FA Cup final, right? Before even that game is it Coventry that we went to penalties? Before all of that, I said it on this show. I said, this man is going to fall on his own sword, and it's his fault, and I wash my hands of it. Just because we won the FA Cup did not mean I changed my mind. The 10 games... Nothing changed my mind. I've been a fence sitter for a long time. It was important for him to change.
No. Your end of the season, before the end of the season, you were 70-30. New season, you was 50-50 again.
Exactly. He changed.
Yeah, so I went to get rid of him, and then after the end of the season, I said, 50-50. We're going back to sitting on the fence.
So it hasn't been a long time.
Right? So I've never said get him out. I've never said he needs to stay in. I've always been basically a fence sitter. At some point, I almost got off the fence, right?
Seems a bit fishy to me. 70-30 don't seem like a fence sitter. That seems one-sided.
You hear me say Ten Hag out?
But what was 70-30 then?
Because he had some bad performances and he was being stupid. And I thought it was getting close to the end.
Yeah, but what was the 70-30?
If you remember,
70-30 in favor of him or him out?
No, it was never in favor of him. You know he's not in favor of him. He's getting these shows. What are you talking about?
No, the only reason I'm asking because he's saying he's been a fence sitter for so long. I don't know because
my position has not changed, right? It was always about the tactical thing. And actually, when I changed that 70-30 back to 50-50 was when Jason Wilcox was hired, and he changed these.
That's the bit that's nasty to me. The change back to the 50-50. So you changed back because you hired someone. That's not it.
Because when he got hired, Ten Hag changed his tactics. We remember this. The last 4 games of the season, my man changed these tactics, and I said on this show, I think he's done it to save his career.
Do you know? I was checking in my drink to see what I was actually drinking because I never knew 70-30% was on the fence. I thought that was more over the fence or on safe side. 50-50 would seem like a fence sitter to me.
Whatever. Anyway, right? But at this point, you know what? I can't describe the disgust I felt in the first half, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, the way Tottenham played us off the park was actually worse than how the Liverpool game went. See, the Liverpool game, you could turn around. Some people can make excuses. Oh, we made all 3 goals for them. We did. And outside of that, they had a couple of chances themselves. Cool. Tottenham took every single chance they made was on their own volition. It was their work. They cut through us consistently like butter. It made no difference that Ugarte, the hero, was on the pitch. It made no difference at all. And it's funny because it's almost like people didn't say this before, that no matter who you put in that position, they're going to be left open and exposed. And yesterday's game, open and exposed. When people said that
about Casemiro, man was saying that people are making excuses for Casemiro. Now the new hero came in and got exposed. I don't want to hear the same people talk about, the system, this, because when he was Casemiro, it was just because he's Casemiro, isn't it?
Those guys that said it was all Casemiro was nothing. I know Casemiro had some bad points, but those guys that said he had nothing to do with anything else, just that, welcome. Because I've heard all of them now. All of them are changing shit. KG is coming out and saying, I can't defend this. John Morgan is going, he started, after 2 years, started critiquing him. Mark Ken is the only one. He's the only one that's defending him, and we just think he's drunk anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, but speak on one thing I find disgusting, just on a neutral perspective, is the one thing I've actually enjoyed watching from you, man, or one player rather, is Ahmed. I think anytime he's been on the pitch, even in the bad games, he's tried to make things happen. Anytime he's got the ball, he's got nice technical security to him. He tries to bring other people into play, gets assists, do all that kind of stuff. I think for me, he's been your best attacker, from just my personal opinion, this season, yeah. So for him to be getting dropped in important games, I don't get that. I don't understand that one bit.
Do you know
because it's like you're saying, you know what? I don't like the fact that you keep the ball and make common sense moves too. You know what I mean? I don't like that. For this game, I want no common sense. Yeah, all this nice passing and you know what I mean, actually bringing other players into the game. And
what the hell is that? We don't want that.
I don't want any of that foolishness. Yeah, bring Garnacho and Rashford, big man. Yeah,
that is not our football, eh?
Yeah, and then Monday combined. I'm sorry, they assisted the pre-assist. They got a pre-assist for me. Rashford and Garnacho have the pre-assist to Van der Ven's assist.
I'm gonna keep it very simple, right? He dropped Ahmad. Oh, sorry, he rotated because he doesn't like using the word dropped. He rotated Ahmad for the Liverpool game. We lost 3-0 at home. He rotated Ahmad for the Spurs game. We lost 3-0 at home. Those are the two biggest games we've played. And it's very simple. I said it last season. Although Ahmad was a little bit injured, and I've said it out loud, I know for a fact Ten Hag doesn't like him. I don't know why Ten Hag doesn't like him.
I think it's like he plays him. It's almost like he's like, okay.
By force.
Because, you know what I mean?
because Ahmad is playing too well, right? He's just like, I have to play him. Yeah. You got to remember, last season, he didn't want to play Ahmad because he would rather play Anthony. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. And now this season, he doesn't want to play Ahmad to play Garnacho and Rashford.
Yeah, but why pick the big games? Why is it in the big when a man's been the best attacker, you're now taking him out for the biggest game? That tells me you don't rate, man. That's like you're giving him the baby games. Do you know what I mean? And when he gets to the crunch, it's like, nah, I don't trust you for this.
If Ten Hag
it's like, let me keep the ball for the small teams, but when it comes to the big teams, let me do counter attack. And I'm sorry, Tottenham at home is not that kind of game.
It's very, very easy. If Ten Hag doesn't like you, you're not playing. You have to work 10 times as hard to get back in the team. It's as simple as that. So it's the same. I'll be honest with you. It's actually the same with Garnacho, right? Because Garnacho should be starting ahead of Rashford. Garnacho just has to play a game and don't score. Rashford is back in ahead of him, no matter what Rashford does. No matter what Rashford does. It's look. For me, it's coming to an end. Yeah. It's coming to a very quick end.
Good.
Yeah, it's coming to a very quick end. And if it then doesn't come to an end, I'm just coming on this show for vibes. I'm not even coming for results. I'm not even coming for results. I'm coming to chat about everyone else.